The first big reviews of Ghost of Yōtei are out, and it looks like we're in for stunning adventure. But I wanted to do something a little different today. I have gone through all the early reviews so you don't have to, and I've pulled out some of the most important tips that should really help improve your first few hours with the game. So consider this less as a typical review and more as a useful guide to help you get ready for your first day in Hokkaido. The first thing to talk about is the combat system. You may have heard that the stances from Tsushima are gone and they have been replaced by a multi-weapon system. Each weapon is a counter to a specific enemy type. Few reviewers noted that this can come across as somewhat of a weapon juggle during large fights. But one interesting thing I've found across multiple reviews is a potential solution to this: the Odachi. This enormous sword is designed for brutes, however some reviewers found it is powerful enough against other enemies to let you largely ignore the strict counter system. So if you want the freedom to fight your way, it seems like a good idea to prioritize the quests that unlock the Odachi. It could be a great way to make the combat feel less like a puzzle and more about enjoying your own playstyle. Next up is the tech. Everyone agrees the game is a visual masterpiece, but one of the coolest features was a complete surprise, hidden in the settings menu: ray tracing. Sucker Punch never really promoted it, but it's in the game and adds a new layer of realism to the lighting. So what is the best way to play? For the base PS5, most recommend the 60 FPS performance mode for smoother combat. But for PS5 Pro owners, there is a really interesting option. It's an exclusive RT Pro mode that combines the ray tracing with a smooth 60 frames per second, and it seems to be the best all around way to experience the game. So it is definitely something to check out in the settings menu on day 1. Atsu is a really compelling new protagonist, more fiery and intense than Jin Sakai. But a common point in the reviews is that it can be hard to connect with her at first. Her character can seem a bit distant, and her full story isn't always in the main quests. What I found interesting is that her character really opens up in the side content. Reviewers who took their time discovered that Atsu's personality and backstory are revealed in the optional mythic tales and character-driven side quests. Her journey seems to be one of self-discovery as much as revenge, so if you want to get full impact of her story, it sounds like a good idea to seek out those side activities early on. This next step is something that came up again and again, and it seems really important. The unanimous praise of Ghost of Yōtei is directed at its incredible open world. It's described as more handcrafted and rewarding than Tsushima's, with almost everything feeling unique. Because of this, multiple reviewers mentioned that if you only focus on the main story, you'll be missing out on what makes the game truly special. And some even said they regretted playing it that way. The game seems to be designed for you to get lost and explore. It wants you to follow a bird to a hidden spring or see what the smoke in distance is all about. So a great piece of advice seems to be to just embrace the freedom, pick a direction and ride. The main quest can wait. Finally, let's cover a few quality of life secrets that will make your playthrough much smoother. First, the new camping system. As you explore, you can run into upgrade vendors out in the wild, or even have them come directly to your camp. This is a brilliant feature that keeps you immersed in the world, preventing you from constantly fast traveling back to a main hub. And finally, the card system. It looks complex, but it's really just a more immersive way to track your objectives. Instead of a bland menu, you gather intel that appears as cards, organically guiding your hunt for the Yotei 6. Don't shy away from it. It's designed to pull you deeper into the world. So I hope these tips were helpful and give you a good head start for your first few hours in Hokkaido. I'll be playing Ghost of Yōtei from the second it unlocks on my PS5, and my first impression video will be up soon after that. So if you'd like to see that, please consider subscribing. I'll also have a bunch of guides to follow. Let me know in the comments which of these tips was most helpful for you, or what are you most excited about. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the world of Yotei.